I stopped making notes halfway through Choir of Man. Why? I didn't need to. This is a show that I think is so easy to praise and is so beautifully successful in its aims. So today, I'm just going to sit here and praise it. What did I love about Choir of Man? What did it make me feel, and why should you go and see it? Let's find out. But if you haven't seen my face before, hi, my name is Ellie. I talk about theatre. I do reviews, I do discussions, and if that sounds interesting to you, please consider hitting like and subscribing. It really helps me out and helps out the channel. But let's talk about Choir of Man. Oh, I'm excited to talk about Choir of Man. Choir of Man's concept is simple. Pub lock-in. Beer, music, and mates. As the men sing, we see them open up, we see them bond, and we see the beauty of going and spending time at the pub. Choir of Man is a show about community, and this runs through every single fibre of its being. From the cast's tight-knit nature to the welcoming inclusion of the audience. It bakes community into its presentation and makes you feel at home immediately. From the pre-show, you're free to step onto stage. You can buy a drink at the actual bar on stage. You're free to sit at the tables, to chat amongst yourselves, and to gather around with everyone. The bar decor expands outwards past the stage and into the auditorium itself, with the walls painted a bright red and framed photos hanging in the walls. You are always a part of the pub and you are fully welcomed in. Further on, the actors enter. They interact, they chat, they laugh with you. A connection is built and suddenly the whole space is friendly and charming and everyone is together. It's so genius! Without ever really picking up on it, the whole message of the show is displayed before a single song is sung. Then there's the music. The cast invite you to sing along, to join in if you so wish, and to most importantly, have fun. The song choices are varied and there's truly something in here for everyone. From the slow ballad that is Adele's Hello, to the upbeat, bombastic 500 Miles. The crowd-pleasing nature of most of these songs are already enough to sell the audience. But then add to this the incredible performances, the beautiful harmonies, the talented musicians, both the on-stage band above the bar and our cast who often double up on instruments. All of these elements make every single song feel so impactful and has you dancing in your seat and clapping along. It's almost impossible not to fall in love with it. Even myself, who I'm more of a musical theatre person, and I definitely didn't know every song that was sung on the stage that night. However, there's such a charm and such an energy to it that I still felt engaged and drawn into it. Then there's the monologues. Between some of the songs interlaced is a kind of poetry type of monologue, typically performed by Ben Norris, who also wrote them. I, however, was lucky enough to catch his understudy, Dennis Grindle, because as we all know, it is an honour to see an understudy. These monologues double down on what the show is about, and they are a very welcome inclusion. They don't overshadow the songs, but they help you see glimpses of the lives of these men behind the songs. There isn't really a story to Choir of Man per se, but there are people. You don't learn everything about them, but just like a stranger that you might meet in a pub, you learn their names, you learn a little bit about them, their character, the people that matter to them. It's a very clever framing device, and it also helps to pace along the show, making sure that it doesn't just feel like a collection of different songs. It furthers that variety. But the poetry of these monologues are engaging, and they certainly give a very nice catch of breath to certain moments in the show that feel quite big. And it's not even all just singing and monologues. This show really does throw everything in. So much so that I don't even want to spoil a lot of it. There are some really clever and beautiful moments of choreography. It's slick and varied, and I really don't want to go into too much detail because I think there are certain moments in this show that I felt when watching it I was more pleased and more entertained by because I didn't know that they were coming. But I have to give a massive shout out to choreographer Freddie Huddleston, who really makes this choreography feel natural. Like, this is the type of choreography a group of men would come up with if they were singing these songs at the front of a pub. I think that the thing that just really makes Choir of Man shine as much as it does is its atmosphere. From bringing people on stage, giving out drinks, throwing all sorts of things like coasters and crisp packets into the audience, but also welcoming you to sing along. It brings the fun, it brings the bombastic nature, but it also engages you and includes you into this world of the show. It's very hard not to watch this show and smile. It leaves you tapping your foot and just truly letting go. And at the end of the day, in times of hardship and the climate that we find ourselves in at the moment with things in our future looking bleak, this is a type of show that we really do need. Theatre has such a unique way of allowing you to escape. And a show like Choir of Man, a celebration of community, of togetherness, of your fellow man, is a perfect show to do that with. It's such a great piece of entertainment. It's so well crafted, so full of variety, and such wonderful performances. I haven't even spoken about the cast of this show, and I don't think I will because I think it's so hard to pick out just one or two performances. These actors really do come together as a group and all get their moment to shine. I understand now the love for this show. It is truly fantastic. It is a show about community that explores that theme not just through the show itself but through its presentation. I would highly recommend Choir of Man. I wouldn't even honestly recommend this show to just theatre fans. I think this is a show that's really open to people who like a lot of different types of entertainment. Really, this show is perfect for anyone who is missing that sense of togetherness. But what do you think? Have you seen Choir of Man? Are you a fan of Choir of Man? Let me know all of your thoughts about the show in the comments down below. If you did enjoy this video, please consider hitting like and subscribing. It really helps me out and helps out the channel. There's some links on screen right now to some other videos, but that's it for me today, and I'll hopefully see you next time. Bye!